What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Man, when I tell you, oh my gosh, if you missed the live that Tasha K did on her YouTube channel, I saw it early this morning. She's taking it down. So if you missed it, but if you are on her app, you ain't missed nothing, because if you're a subscriber to the app or if you subscribe, then you can check it out. But she definitely listed out the receipts to confirm that what she was saying was the truth with regards to Claudia, with regards to Armand Wiggins, with regards to Funky Dineva and Al Reynolds. Take it or leave it, whether Claudia likes it or not. And it's really sad because I do understand Claudia wanting to perfect her image and not look messy and to not be called the names that she's been called or be put in the references that she's been put in. And even Tasha K says she seems to be in the friend circle of mistresses a lot. She never called Claudia a mistress. She just basically said, you know, sometimes the company you keep can give you a certain persona. And when Tasha K recently, this was, you know, maybe a couple of months ago, talked about the Liz Crokin little story that came out where Liz Crokin said she wanted to have Jay-Z investigated because she felt like he was worse than Diddy, and she referenced Claudia Jordan. Tasha K was talking about the story because it was something that was in the news. It was something that was trending, and it was what it was. And she also, you know, mentioned something about Claudia with regards to what Liz Crokin said and about the friend thing. And Claudia, you know, she was livid. She was not happy about it. So she responded to her on Tasha K's Instagram post, as well as on her platform of, well, it's not her platform, but the platform she's employed with, TGIF on Fox Soul. So because she took the video down for all public consumption, I can't give a reaction to it. But what I will say is this, okay? And this is all I really want to talk about when it comes to this, because I do feel that a lot of times people will want to label Tasha K as a liar because of the Cardi B case. And it's really sad because, one, it was a civil lawsuit. It wasn't like, I'm not even going to go into that, but it wasn't like she did something criminal against children or minors or some type of assault or anything like that. But the truth of the matter is, she's working that situation out, and she has made reference to it herself on a number of occasions to say, listen, I'm glad that I went through what I went through because it taught me to really perfect my business, get my butt in gear, get things set up in the way that they need to be set up, have my team staffed the way that I need to have my team staffed, and I'm doing my business in a professional way. Moving forward, nobody will catch me slipping like that again. I learned my lesson. She even referenced some things that she was going through health-wise that could have been some triggers to cause her to just not even think rationally. And as much as people want to say, oh, don't make excuses or whatever, I'm here to tell you that that type of stuff really is real. There are a lot of people who have gone on emotional stints, not really thinking about the actions that they were taking. And then before they know it, they wind up in something that they really would have never been in had they been thinking differently and operating a different way. With that being said, she was expecting at one point in time, and there's a lot of things that goes on with women and their bodies and the hormones and how it plays a role in our mental and different things like that. And I'm not trying to equate what Tasha K was saying to the actions of some mothers that have done some things, but women, there have been, not a lot, but there have been women who have done physical things to their children and harmed them and, and other things like that after they have gone through pregnancies and hormones and another, number of other things going on in their lives. Again, I'm not equating her to that, but what I'm saying is there are times when these hormonal fluctuations and changes can cause people to do things that they probably would not have done in their right state of mind. But I digress. Using that one situation to label her as a liar, I just don't think is fair. But when people who may be on the side of becoming commentary that she's speaking about, then it would be, like, oh, well, if I don't want this to be what people believe about me, the easy thing would be to respond and say, oh, that's not true. That's a lie. Oh, and by the way, you know that Cardi B sued her and she lost in court for defamation. So she's nothing but a liar. That's not fair and it's not true. It's not. Like, I remember when the disgusting Larry Reid from the Larry Reid Live YouTube channel, okay? The man who is grifting people online, getting them to pay for prophecies, claiming that he has this online church, but all he does is gossip about other people in the church and talk about sex a lot. Who would, like, in their right mind, go to an actual physical church of someone who claimed to be the leader or the pastor of a church, and that's all they do? They admit that they have had sex with men. Men have had sex with them, but they ain't gay. Really? In what world are you living in? But I'm saying that to say at one point in time, he and Tasha K, they were colleagues. They were never friends. He, I guess, maybe he thought she was a friend. But when things flipped and he didn't like the way that she was going and the route that she was taking, interviewing his alleged victim, this young man, whether he was underage or overage, either way, he was the leader of the church that this young man was going to, and he alleged that Larry Reid did some things to him, and did some things with him, and did some things in front of him, and said a lot of things to him. Like, it was disgusting. His response is to say that not only was the alleged victim Lavontre lying, but that Tasha K is a liar. And oh, by the way, she is documented as a liar because, Cardi B sued her and she lost in court. So we already know she's a liar. Again, using that label of what happened in this court situation that happened years ago to try to just label her as a liar and that everything that she's saying is a lie. And now we live in this day and age now where as soon as somebody says something about somebody, I'm going to sue you for defamation. It's crazy. Like, people have really thought that this is just a free-for-all when it comes to defamation of character lawsuits now because of what happened with the Cardi B versus Latasha Kebe and Kebe Studios situation. So anyway, I'm saying all of that to say Tasha K was like, no, baby girl. So yeah, Tasha K was like, listen, I got some time. I'm up. I'm getting ready to leave for a flight. So while I got a little bit of time, let me go ahead and drop these receipts. I don't believe that Tasha K would lie about these things, okay? Now, whether recollections may vary, that phrase that Kate Middleton used regarding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I don't think Tasha K is just outright lying about these things, okay? I do believe that she was showing the text messages where Claudia was communicating with her, calling Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva the F word. Saying that, basically she can't stand working with these you-know-whats. And she needed somebody to vent to, and I guess she felt comfortable venting to Tasha K. That's on her. But listen, I can't wait for her to re-upload that live in the app. And I'm not going to play it because if you're not on the app, I would never disrespect anybody, not just her. I would never disrespect anybody's content that is behind a paywall. So her app is a paywall. If it was behind a members only or a Patreon or something that someone is giving someone access to, if you are subscribed to it to access, I would never just share that with everyone. So if you're not on the app, and you haven't heard it, I suggest you get on the app so that you can not only check that out, but all the other stuff that's on there too. But I knew this was coming. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a psychic. I don't read tarot. I am not claiming to be clairvoyant. Sometimes I do feel like Holy Spirit speaks to me and leads me and guides me. But I just felt like Claudia was going to respond to say that that's not true. Because one, it's her job. She's trying to protect it at all costs, and I get that. But the other thing that she has to remember is if she's trying to protect that job, she has to really be careful about the moves that she makes and the people that she speaks to. And if Tasha K was not one of her close friends and confidants, like she claims she has a number of them, then why in the world would she do that? Maybe she felt comfortable doing that because she felt like Tasha K had an issue with the LGBTQ community, because I know a lot of people feel like that she may, because of the back and forth that she's had with T.S. Madison. But the fact of the matter is, just because Tasha K had this lawsuit situation with Cardi B, it does not make her a liar about everything. And two, that situation happened years ago. And three, I just feel like a lot of people don't give this woman credit with a lot of things that she has exposed and shared that were actually real. So to always revert to Cardi B and a jury finding her, liable is laughable. But when Funky Dineva was no longer a part of TGIF Foxhole, he read Claudia. He made reference to some things that he said he has in the chamber, but he's not going to release it unless he really feels like he's driven to go there. And now to learn for me, because this is something new to me, that Al Reynolds and Claudia are not friends. Claudia used to claim that she and Al were friends a lot, so something did happen. Something definitely happened, and I do agree with Tasha K that Claudia allowed Armand to be the scapegoat. Now, Armand had a choice in that matter. He didn't have to do it. I don't believe he was forced to do so, and neither do I feel that it was appropriate, even though I do believe it was a lot of his real feelings, but I do believe that Claudia's feelings were mixed up in that too, because to hear Claudia say she and Al are not friends when I really thought that they were. And then when the roast was done and Claudia, she was like, yeah, roast, they really go there and blah, 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 blah. I really felt like she was trying to soften the blow. And also she enjoyed it. She has a right to like who she likes, not like who she doesn't like. But I don't remember any of the happy birthday roasts going that far. And if she's trying to protect her job at this company, then maybe she should not have been confiding in Tasha K. Because even Tasha K was like, why would you tell me all this stuff? And then you're going to come at me now because I spoke about you on my show. I gave commentary on what happened and some of the background information that I have. And then you're going to try to use that against me to say that I'm a liar when you should know I have receipts. You're forcing my hand. So at this point, yeah, Claudia forced her hand, because to be honest with you, I kind of feel like if Claudia didn't even reference it anymore, it would have come and gone. Because there's always something happening online, in the news, in entertainment, in politics, or real life, whatever, that's trending, that's going to overtake that story, because as big as the Diddy situation is, there's a bunch of other stuff going on right now. So that's not top of mind awareness and top of the news for most people right now, even though it's terrible. The Armand roast, yeah, it was trending, but there are other things that are coming along that's way more, I would say definitely way more important, but will take over the talk of what people are talking about. So I feel like if Claudia had just left it alone, it wouldn't have gone any further, because Tasha K even said, like, this is the last I'm going to be talking about it unless somebody else chooses to do something. And I felt like she kind of knew that Claudia would. And I felt like she was, and I was right. So yeah, Tasha K, she was up 2-something in the morning. I saw it earlier this morning when I was up and around and doing some things, and I'm glad that I caught it, because it was epic. If you checked it out, you can let me know in the comment section your opinion on it. Like I said, it's not up right now, so I cannot give my reaction to it. And when it goes back up, it will be on the app. So I definitely am not going to be playing any of it, but I may make some notes from it and talk about it later. If you want me to do that, you can let me know. But I feel like Claudia really should have just left it alone. Honestly, I really feel like she should have just left it alone. But that is what makes me think there's more going on behind the scenes when it comes to not just TGIF, but Fox Soul overall. Because TGIF is one show out of a number of others that comes on that platform, and you don't really hear or see anybody talking about those other shows. And they've had so many that have come and gone. Claudia used to have another show. I think it's called Out Loud with Claudia. T.S. Madison had a show. Tiny had a show. Who else? The Jasmine Brand, she had a show. A lot of different people. It's kind of funny, and I can't even remember everybody. There's been so many other shows on that network that I have not watched. Even the news show that was about real news, that's gone. So like Tasha K did say on the live, the only ones that could take that show away from you all is you. And that's the way it's looking. It's looking like they're sabotaging their own selves. And it's crazy. It's kind of sad to see it, because I was rooting for them to succeed after Funky Dineva left, because I'm just one of those people that I kind of root for the underdogs. I don't want to see anyone fail, or unless you're just a terrible person and you've done some terrible things to people, like Melody's ex-husband. I wish nothing good for that garbage can. But I do root for the underdogs. I don't want to see people fail, and I don't like to, I just don't like to see things like that. But to see all of this stuff going on, and I don't know any of these people personally, so it's like, what in the world is going on over there and behind the scenes? And is the salary that they're making worth it? Like, because obviously Fox overall is pulling from other revenue streams to pay them, because I don't believe Fox Soul is making it like that. I don't. To pay 3 people 6 figures each to talk about trending stuff 5 days a week, I don't think so. I don't. But I could be wrong. But yeah, Tasha K, she came with the receipts, and she's like, no, you're not going to lie on me. Here are the receipts. And she even said Funky Dineva validated some of what she had to say. I did not plan on talking about this that long, especially since I don't have the audio to react to. But I just wanted to share this and share my thoughts on it, because, again, I just hate when I see people utilize something from someone's past to try to make that their present and their future, and label them as such, especially when it's something that, you're trying to defend yourself, and the easy route to go is to just say, oh, well, that person's not credible because all they do is lie. Like, look at what happened with her and Cardi B. And it's just not fair. It's not true. And Tasha K is like, no, I'm not taking this. I don't have to take it. I'm going to respond to it. I'm going to stand up to it. And I'm going to let everybody know. So take these receipts. So when it comes back up on the app, I may take some notes and just come back and talk about it with you guys. But I really just wanted to share my thoughts on that because I knew that Claudia was going to respond, and I just felt like the response was going to be basically, I didn't say that. I didn't talk to Tasha K like that. I hadn't talked to her since whenever. And have people just believe that basically because, well, wink, wink, what happened between her and Cardi B. So all you got to do is say, that's a lie. And people would just believe it. It's not fair. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I want to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.